Hi everyone, today we will see how we can validate the data coming in the request in Spring Boot application. Okay, let's say you have developed an users API which is accepting two parameters, name and email, and basically this API is saving these details into the database. Now if I want to validate whether my name or email coming in the request is a valid data or not, how we can do it in the Spring Boot. So there are multiple ways of validating data. Either you can make use of Swagger Open API specification or make use of starter libraries provided by Spring Boot. In this video, we are going to see the second approach. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to add a Spring Boot starter validation dependency in your pom.xml file. Okay, once you add this dependency and the required jar are fetched at the class path, okay, you need to add validation annotations. Okay, so whatever the POJO you have created and which is mapped to your response body, API response body, what you need to add specific annotations on the particular field which you want to validate. So let's say if I want my name to be between 2 to 50 characters, I have added a size annotation and I have made this name as a mandatory parameter. So I have used @not blank. Similarly for email, I want a valid email to come in the request. I have used @email annotations for that. Once you are done with these annotations, in the third step, what you can do, you can enable the validation in the controller by using @valid annotation. As soon as you add this @valid annotation, the validation will be enabled, and when data coming in the request is not valid, in that case, Spring Boot will return 400 bad request with a default error message. Okay. Now, if you want, and when data coming in the request is not valid, in that case, Spring Boot will return 400 bad request with a default error message. Okay. Now, if you want to customize your API response in case of error, you can make use of @controller advice annotation, and you can create a controller advice class where you will be handling this method argument not valid exception, and you will be customizing your error response something like this. Now, if I go back to Postman and hit my API, as of now, I am getting the success response. Now, if I send a empty name, okay, or if I send a invalid email address as well, in that I will get error response from my API saying that the name is mandatory and email should be valid. Also, if you are interested in seeing what other validation annotations available in this library, what we can do, we can go back to the POJO and we will try to find out the location of this annotation, okay, like this. So here you can see these are the list of annotations which you can make use of for the validation. Okay. Now, if you want this PDF, just comment link in the comment section and this PDF will reach to your DM. That's all for today. Thank you so much.